Happening right now, the public got to weigh in on the redistricting maps that Republicans released. And President Biden unveiled his revised $1.75 trillion spending plan. So what are the changes from the first one? This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us on this blustery Thursday. Big change from yesterday. Let's head to the Weather Center. Julian Seawright has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Good afternoon, Julian.
Good afternoon, Mark. Even though it is on the drearier side as we're getting into our noon hours, plenty of rain is still sticking around for us. As we take a look outside of our sky cam, we can see fog is starting to develop as well with this rain that is hitting into our sky cam for us. As we take a look at our current conditions as of right now, 51 degrees. We are still just looking at a bit of drizzle, mainly around the area. Plenty of cloud cover is going to be sticking around, and some areas of some fog will be sticking around as well as we get into our afternoon hours. Now, as we're tracking this showers, is coming in from the south and is pushing southwest, so it's going to be clipping just some areas throughout southern Wisconsin, Dane County, as we can see, into our southeast as it's continuing to push into the northwest. That's where we're going to be looking at really seeing some areas of that light rainfall to be sticking around for us throughout right now. But as we plan out the rest of the day, expect our afternoon to keep the umbrella and the rain gear nearby. We're going to be still sticking with those temperatures into those lower to middle 50s for us, but it's going to be onto the seasonable side. As we can see, plenty of rain is going to be sticking around. Not a whole lot, not a washout, but still going to be, still going to be onto the drizzling side to where it's going to be wet for us throughout the course of the day. But we'll talk about more of what's coming up in better timing in a few more moments, Mark. But let's toss it back to you.
Keep the umbrella handy.
Absolutely.
Julian, thank you. The public is getting a chance to voice their opinion on what they think of the GOP's redistricting plan before having a hearing at the Capitol. The Fair Maps Coalition is accusing Assembly Speaker Robin Vos of rigging congressional and legislative maps through gerrymandering. Republicans unveiled their version of the maps last week. They're largely based off the current ones. That gives Republicans a majority. Speaker Vos says the maps were drawn with, quote, classic redistricting principles, only adjusting to population changes.
The core concepts of redistricting are a legislative function. I know there are some who would prefer to cede power from the legislature to others. I don't agree with that.
I think to gerrymander is immoral, it's unethical, it's cowardly, and it's anti-American. And we do deserve better as the state of Wisconsin. Do you agree?
Republicans plan to pass their maps in early November, but Governor Evers has already said he won't sign them, which means the new political boundary lines will most likely be drawn up by a court. 3 people are in the hospital this morning recovering from gunshot wounds in 2 separate incidents. Around 10 o'clock last night, Madison police responded to a report of a shooting on Highway 151 near the eastbound on-ramp to I-90. A 43-year-old woman and a 44-year-old man were found at the scene with minor gunshot wounds. Police do not have a suspect at this time, and they are not releasing information as to whether the victims were in a car at the time. And just a few hours before that, an attempted homicide at a gas station on Madison's Near East Side that put a 35-year-old man in the hospital. It happened just after 6 o'clock last night at a gas station on Willie Street between Ingersoll and Fuse Streets. Police say people at the scene were trying to help the shooting victim before first responders could even get there. After months of negotiations, White House officials believe they have reached a deal that both progressive Democrats in the House and moderate Democrats in the Senate will agree to, potentially paving the way for passage of the president's Build Back Better agenda. Deborah Alfarone has more details from the White House.
President Biden announced there is a deal on his Build Back Better agenda that he believes every Democrat in the Senate will support.
No one got everything they wanted, including me. But that's what compromise is. That's consensus.
But not every Senate Democrat shares his confidence.
There is a great deal of uncertainty within the caucus as to what's contained in the deal.
The outline of the $1.75 trillion plan includes universal pre-K for all 3- and 4-year-olds. It extends the child tax credit for another 6 years, and it reduces health care premiums brought through the Affordable Care Act. The bill does not include a national paid family leave proposal, nor does it include free community college or the tax on billionaires. The package also includes the largest federal investment ever to combat climate change, more than $500 billion. It's something the president can tout at a climate conference in Scotland next week.
Enough to position us for a 50 to 52% emission reductions by the year 2030.
Progressives in the House say they will not vote on the president's trillion-dollar infrastructure bill until the spending plan is ready for a vote as well.
We want to see what's actually in the bill. We want to see the legislative text. And then we're, assuming that we're fine with that, we'll vote both bills through at the same time.
Republicans are opposed to the spending plan, saying it will increase inflation and hurt the economy.
Washington Democrats are behind closed doors again, assembling an even bigger reckless taxing and spending spree.
The White House says the bill is paid for with a tax hike on corporations and the rich. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
And the plan calls for a minimum 15% tax for corporations with more than $1 billion in profits. Individuals earning more than $10 million a year will see a 5% tax hike, and those earning more than $25 million would pay an additional 3% in taxes. A UN-backed report says sites containing some of the world's most treasured forests, including the Yosemite National Park in the U.S., have been emitting more heat-trapping carbon dioxide than they have absorbed in recent years. Factors like logging, wildfires, and clearance of land for agriculture are to blame. A professional hockey player is speaking out about being the victim of an alleged sexual assault in the NHL. Former Blackhawks player Kyle Beach alleges in 2010, Chicago Blackhawks video coach Brad Aldridge threatened him with a baseball bat before assaulting him, telling the 20-year-old he would never play in the NHL if anyone found out. A 107-page report released Tuesday reveals Beach reported the assault to the team and concludes team executives ignored his pleas for help. Beach says he's speaking out about the alleged sexual assault he suffered to let other victims know they are not alone.
There's millions of people in this world that have been affected by sexual abuse or sexual assault, and I'm speaking out now to hopefully give them a voice, to give them the power to come forward.
In a statement, the Chicago Blackhawks' new management commended Beach's courage in coming forward and apologized for what he's gone through. 2 executives have now stepped down, and the team has been fined $2 million by the league. Utility crews are working to restore power to hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses in New England after a nor'easter battered the coast with hurricane-force wind gusts. Over 300,000 customers lack service in Massachusetts. Power restoration could take days in some southeastern areas of that state. Some schools in Massachusetts and Rhode Island remain closed. The storm ripped the roof off an apartment complex in Quincy, Massachusetts, and led the Red Cross to open a shelter in Weymouth. And don't forget, the Packers will face their toughest test so far this season as they take on the undefeated Arizona Cardinals. The green and gold will be shorthanded after wide receivers Davante Adams and Alan Lazard were put on the COVID-19 list. Meanwhile, former Badger and Cardinals defensive end J.J. Watt will also be out for the game and possibly the season. Multiple reports say Watt will undergo season-ending shoulder surgery. Kickoff is 7:20. You can see it on Fox 47. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. We'll check in on Wall Street and then head a little further down in Manhattan where we find a farm 8 stories above the ground. That's coming up.
It's the 99-cent sale this Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Get products for just 99 cents. Hy-Vee Midwest pork top loin chops, Dole garden salad or coleslaw, red peppers, and Totino's party pizza. Just 99 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
My mom is a very outgoing, social person. She was very hesitant at first, leaving her house that she'd been in for over 40 years. She was not really sure why we needed to do this. We walked in and we were like, wow, this looks like a 5-star hotel. Now that she's here and she's around people every day and she's being social, she really enjoys her time here. When I talk to her at night, she's happy and she's not sad and lonely anymore. I feel relieved and a lot less stressed knowing she's here and knowing she's safe.
911, what's your emergency?
I smell something delicious and I don't know what it is.
Ma'am, we traced the smell and it's coming from inside your oven.
Ah, amazing.
Papa Murphy's.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Precision engineering, rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In Madison, contact Heating and Cooling Incorporated to maximize your comfort and energy savings, whatever the season.
When the leaves start to fall and the nights get cooler, you know it's sofa season. Steinhoffels has a sofa to fit every style and budget. A sofa for the big game, a sofa for catching up, a sofa for cuddling. During Steinhoffels' Falling Prices sale, every sofa, every bedroom, every dining room, and more, it's all on sale. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and all the best brands of mattresses. It's the Falling Prices sale, only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
It's the 99-cent sale this Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Get products for just 99 cents. Hy-Vee Midwest pork top loin chops, Dole garden salad or coleslaw, red peppers, and Totino's party pizza. Just 99 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
The U.S. economy grew just 2% in the third quarter. That is according to the Commerce Department. Growth between July and September of this year was weaker than expected and a sharp drop from the 6.7% logged in the second quarter. Merck says other drug makers can produce its pill to treat COVID-19. The pharmaceutical giant inked a licensing agreement to share its formula for molnupiravir to give poorer countries access to the potentially life-saving drug. An FDA panel meets next month to consider authorization in the U.S. Meantime, Merck says profits soared 55% in its latest quarter to more than $4.5 billion. The happiest place on earth is about to get a little pricier. Disneyland is introducing a new ticketing system to its California theme park with 6 tiers. Tier 1 is the cheapest at $104 for a one-day single park ticket, but that price only applies on off-peak weekdays. Tier 6 will set you back a minimum of $164 on the park's busiest days. And sorry for feeling sick. According to a new OnePoll survey, nearly 60% of Americans are scared to take a sick day because of how it may be perceived by their employer, especially when working from home. As a result, nearly 3 in 5 said they clock in under the weather unless their symptoms are too unbearable to get out of bed. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 168 points. The NASDAQ up 179. The S&P 500 up 35. Well, there's nothing more down to earth than working on a farm, even when the earth is 8 stories above ground. New York's Javits Convention Center has been in the news for hosting a COVID-19 hospital and a vaccine site, but high above the ground, something very different has taken root. A new green acre in Manhattan where crops are sprouting next to skyscrapers. The farm is part of a $1 billion expansion of the convention center, and the team that designed the farm hopes rooftops like this will grow around the country.
We are increasingly alienated from our food systems. Rooftop farming is a way that we can really connect people directly with the food that they're eating.
18 inches of soil, collect and recycle rainwater, while 4 full-time farmers are raising radishes, lettuce, squash, as well as apple and pear trees. And roughly 40,000 pounds of produce every year goes from the convention center's roof down to its kitchen. Pretty cool. A little rain is going to be with us for a little bit, but it looks like a beautiful weekend. Julian has that forecast when News 3 Now at noon continues.
Black November starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 40% off top brand appliances while they last. Plus special no-interest financing on appliances with no minimum purchase. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Personalize your home with a door built just for you. Mastercraft Doors has the fastest delivery, so you get your door in approximately 7 days. Get 11% off all Mastercraft doors. Whether your storage needs are small or large, a post frame building is the perfect solution. Design and buy online or stop into the store to start planning it today. Save 11% on all post frame buildings now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa. After my kids left for college, the house got a bit empty, so I'm like, I'm getting a dog. I find this great deal online for a scruffy little puppy, till they hit me with a huge delivery fee. Then I remembered a tip I got from the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Insane shipping costs? This is a pet scam. I'll keep looking.
Recognize fraud sooner, so your money lives longer. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
The grand opening of Furniture and Appliance Mart in Madison is Friday, November 5th at 10 a.m. Located next to Best Buy on East Springs Drive, the all-new store will feature the area's best selection of new styles, custom furniture, design center, and appliances. Join us at East Springs Drive on Friday, November 5th.
Years after reporting her father abused her,
He confessed to sexual contact with me.
yet he continued to walk free. Madeline O'Neill talks to a local woman who spent decades seeking justice.
And I'm not going away.
News 3 now investigates tonight at 6.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind. Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this drizzly Thursday.
Yeah, one of my talk text line guys said it's a roast in the crock pot kind of day. And I thought
Absolutely.
That kind of fits. That definitely does fit for sure. Talking about something else that you might find on your table, especially for our Channel 3 viewers, I was talking about it this morning. Lutefisk, that is something that our Norwegian community and others have come to enjoy. Usually it's a celebration that happens at churches or lodges, just holiday gatherings. But I'll tell you what, you might find yourself on the outside looking in when it comes to your Lutefisk request. Chris Dorff, who's the president of Olsen Fish Company in Minnesota, major supplier of Norwegian lutefisk and pickled herring. And he says that just like many other businesses, they're being impacted by supply chain problems. Things like plastic, cardboard, metal caps, and glass are really hard for them to try to get their hands on. Also, soda for the caustic soda for lutefisk and even vinegar for pickled herring has become in short supply. He thinks that the vinegar was kind of transitioned toward hand sanitizer during the pandemic, and that's caused a shortage. Their business was really impacted last year. He said it was basically about 20% of what it was in 2019, but they're hoping for a better holiday season this year. The catch is you better get your order in early if you're looking for that lutefisk or even the pickled herring. There you go. Dairy markets today in Chicago, we've got barrel cheese that's down 2 cents at 182 3/4. 40-pound block cheese up a penny and a half at 177 1/4. Well, double A butter is unchanged on Thursday at $1.94 per pound. Talked with Matt Tranel from Everegg down in Platteville this morning, and he said, really, now is the time for any dairy producer to try to get your game plan together for 2022. Some of the 2022 prices right now looking pretty good, but boy, they can change quickly. Kind of like our weather, Mark, you know? From sunshine, sitting in the backyard yesterday with some of my Channel 3 buddies, to today, crockpot weather.
You know, I'm not going to shed a tear over the lutefisk either. It's an acquired taste.
That's what I said this morning. Acquired taste.
I like the herring. I like pickled herring.
But Buck does too. Sometimes, unfortunately.
All right. Well, get the crock pot going.
There we go.
Thank you, Pam. Here's Julian with the forecast.
Good afternoon, everyone. And what we're going to be seeing right now, that's right, we have been seeing quite a change from 24 hours ago. Where we were looking at sunshine, now we are looking at rain and cloud cover blanketing much of the upper Midwest. Now, as we can see from that cyclonic flow, counterclockwise, once again, it's going to be seeing that rain system really starting to push its way into a northwestern pattern for us. So we're going to be looking at more rain on the way that's going to be impacting us, especially as we continue into the rest of our afternoon. Now, taking a closer look at our radar, this is what we're going to be seeing. Had a little bit of a break in Dane County, and now we're looking for some more rain with pockets of a bit more moderate rainfall for us. So definitely keep the umbrella nearby. So we're going to continue to see more of that rainfall coming in throughout the rest of our afternoon and even to our evening hours. We're looking for more consistency between the times of our afternoon going into our evening, and then we're going to be looking for a bit more of a break overnight transitioning into our Friday. However, cloud cover is going to still stick around as we get into the early part of our Friday. Could see a couple of pop-up showers, but then we're going to be drying out as we head into our Friday afternoon. So we're not looking for too much more rain into our precipitation, but we're still going to be looking for the southern areas to be gathering more of the rainfall for us. Still healthy amounts though, almost half an inch of rain for Madison and almost close to 3/4 of an inch of rain for Janesville as well. So we're all looking in southern Wisconsin to be seeing some healthy amounts of rainfall for us. And got to remember, sometimes rain is a good thing for us, especially since it's been so dry and we are going to be drying out for the next few days. We're not looking at any precipitation to be stucking around for us. So we're going to continue to see that rain developing for us throughout the course of the day. Then we're looking for a nice cool weekend, even pleasant, especially for Saturday. Then we're heading for Halloween. Dry conditions is actually looking to be picture perfect for Halloween and to the end of our October. Current conditions right now, 51 degrees in Madison. At the airport, it's just cloudy, not seeing much of that drizzle, but as we saw on the radar towards the southeast, we are looking at still some rain showers that are continuing to push northeast for us. As we continue to look at, as of right now, we are looking at areas, especially into the southwest, where we're looking at some fog that has been developing. So those that are traveling along the way, make sure that you are taking it slow and using your low beams because of that fog. It's pretty dense in certain areas, especially for Boscobel and Monroe. Now, planning out the rest of our afternoon, again, we're going to be looking at those showers to be light but consistent throughout the day. Could see some pockets of moderate rainfall, and the temperatures will be into those 50s as well. So it's going to be feeling pretty good, but what we're keeping an eye on, as I mentioned, we're going to be looking at a very dry stretch, not looking at much of any precipitation at all over the next course of the few days. Could be mostly seeing stuff into the north, but for us, we're going to be in a very dry stretch, and the temperatures are going to be falling back to those 40s as we head into November, welcoming us to giving us a little bit of a taste of what winter is going to be like before we actually get into the taste or into the cusp of winter, Mark.
Nice Halloween, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a gorgeous one.
Get lots of candy.
Absolutely.
All right, Julian, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. We'll meet this week's Pet of the Week, and Howard has finished carving his pumpkins in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Crunchy, salty. Ooh, it's so good. Join me today as we have a pumpkin-licious time.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
If you've been injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. There are specific rules and regulations that apply, and we know what it takes to win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Why settle for any Medicare plan when you can choose 5-star Medicare Advantage HMO plans exclusively from Quartz? Starting as low as $0 per month, including medical, hospital, and prescriptions, and dental, vision, and hearing aid benefits. Learn more by requesting your free Medicare Advantage plan comparison guide from Quartz today. Quartz offers the region's top-rated Medicare Advantage plans, and they're now even more exciting. New for 2022, the Quartz Cash Card gives you the freedom to spend up to $460 annually on a variety of health-related products and services. is. And Quartz gives you access to an all-star team of high-quality providers featuring UW Health, giving you the 5-star treatment you deserve. Because at Quartz, you're the star of our 5-star Medicare Advantage plans. Learn more now by requesting your free Medicare Advantage plan comparison guide from Quartz today.
Yes, I saw your national TV ad with Joe in it, and I'm really excited about all those extra benefits and free services you say the government just authorized. It's not available where I live? Wait, read the disclaimer? Who are you people?
National call centers, they're just not the way to go when you can meet with a trusted and knowledgeable Medicare insurance agent from Informed Choice Insurance Agency. Because nobody knows your local hospitals, doctors, and pharmacies like your local Informed Choice Insurance agent.
When you've been injured, we understand life gets tough. At Gruber Law Offices, your first call is free. Your first consultation is free. Stuck at home or in the hospital? We'll come to you for free. Call Gruber Law Offices now. We don't get paid until you do.
I just finished carving my pumpkin, and I have a bowl of seeds and the meat, the gooey part of the pumpkin. So what I want to do is I want to separate the fleshy part from the seeds so we can roast them. And a little secret that I found, if you take the bowl and you fill it with water, what happens is the pumpkin seeds will actually float to the top. Then we just stir that around, and then with our hands, we can just take them off, put them in a colander to make sure they're strained well. But this is a lot easier than trying to fish it out one by one, that's for sure. Now we dump these onto a baking sheet. And if you have a little bit of the pumpkin like you see, that's not a problem at all. We just spread these out, drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil, or you could use butter, that's up to you. A little bit of salt. You can use pepper, you can use cinnamon, so whatever you really want. Maybe you want to make them a little spicy, that's up to you. Stir them around, make sure you get a nice single layer, and then into a 350-degree oven it goes for about 35 to 40 minutes. Do these ever look good or what? And to think, some people just throw those out. Why would you? When these are so easy to make. Maybe top our salads or soups with them. To get the recipe for our spicy roasted pumpkin seeds, all you have to do is go to our website. I'm just gonna sneak some. Crunchy, salty. Ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, it's time to introduce you to our pet of the week. Meet Freedom. She's a 3-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier mix who was transferred here from an overcrowded shelter in Oklahoma. She's a bit cautious when meeting new people, but she's sweet, friendly, and growing more with confidence. She's lived with other dogs and cats while staying in a foster home, but introductions with future furry roommates should be done slowly. She's looking for a loving home with humans who are teenagers or older who can be patient with her and help her build her confidence. That was a cat, right? It's supposed to be a dog. All right. The Subaru Loves Pets Adoption Month is almost over. In celebration of Adopt a Shelter Dog Month, DCHS is still offering some adoption specials through Sunday. In addition, Subaru will donate $100 for every dog or cat adopted through Sunday. Go to giveshelter.org for more information. Last week's Pet of the Week, Lucy the cat has been adopted. That is great news. And Pitch the Pup, the Pet of the Week from 2 weeks ago, is still available for adoption. If you're interested in adopting Freedom or checking out the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, there's Freedom. Go to giveshelter.org. I think we have that straightened out. Eventually, look online. You can see who's who and what's what. Here's Julian, one final check of the forecast.
With our final check of the forecast, Mark, at least one thing that is straightened out, it's going to be a rainy day for us throughout the course of our Thursday. And heading into Friday, going to be seeing some rain, just about a chance of it pretty early. But then the good news is, folks, this weekend is looking gorgeous. However, it looks like our last stretch is seeing 50s, but there's going to be plenty of sunshine, especially for our Halloween, Mark.
All right, stay dry. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.